Welcome again to Tales of the Getaway Guy, an adventure into 23 years of TV getaways all across New York State and beyond. Our travels will also venture occasionally into 23 years of radio days where my broadcasting career began. So hold on, I've got everything you're going to need for your next getaway. Hello again, Mike O'Brien, your Getaway Guy. We are back with another edition of Tales of the Getaway Guy. Thank you very much for subscribing. Thanks for following us. I want to do a quick hello to my cousin in Tucson, Arizona. She follows and watches now. And thank you, Michelle. Love you. Miss you. We are doing this podcast today all about maple syrup getaways. 'Tis the season. Two things I love about it. One, I love maple syrup in New York State. It's liquid gold, ladies and gentlemen. But number two, they need cold nights and warm days. And when they start doing the warm days part, we know spring is on the way. So I love that. We'll get to some of these great locations for you. But first, hats off to our new sponsor of Tales of the Getaway Guy, the good people at Geneva on the Lake. Do you know about this place? Wow. They're our new partner. It's a boutique resort hotel and restaurant and historic gardens. It's in the Finger Lakes wine region, just outside of Geneva. And it is just a spectacular hidden gem that not a lot of people know about. So if you're looking for a getaway that feels like you're in Europe, yet you're only maybe an hour and a half away out of Rochester or Syracuse, this is the place to reserve a night. Could be a nice romantic time for you. They have winter specials. You name it, it's going on. This villa offers 29 guest suites and studios, all appointed with Stickley furniture, a very classy place and truly a gem of the Finger Lakes right on Seneca Lake. I've done so many shows out there, and the people are so great and so kind, and the hospitality is overwhelming. Check out Geneva on the Lake. You won't be sorry. GenevaOnTheLake.com. Go to the website and check it all out. You've got to do this. GenevaOnTheLake.com. You won't regret it. What a getaway. And again, it feels like you're millions of miles away, but you're not. That's the beauty of it. You can be back home after a couple of nights there, and it's a spectacular place in the Finger Lakes. And hi to Bill and all our friends out at Geneva on the Lake. Now, let's get into some Maple Weekend getaways. Maple Weekend is coming up. Last year, there was no Maple Weekend because of the pandemic. It looks like they're doing it this year. Thank goodness. So there's a website you can go to and see all the different locations of maple houses, sugar shacks, pancake houses. They're all across New York State and beyond. But check out the website. It's Maple Weekend. I'm looking for my notes here, and of course I've lost it completely. It's mapleweekend.nysmaple.com. Go there, you'll see the map, you can kind of zoom in and find the one that may be closest to you. I'm going to point out some of my favorites that I've been to, have done shows at. One of them is a very famous Cartwright's Maple Tree Inn. People come from everywhere to this place near Angelica, New York. And like I said, I've done a show there, and why don't we take a look at that right now?
There you are. Enjoy.
Thank you very much. Wow. All you can eat buckwheat pancakes. Mike O'Brien, your getaway guy, with the first of many maple syrup and pancake getaways in New York State. Now, today, I'm at the very famous Cartwright's Maple Tree Inn.
It's a short season for a tall stack of those light, fluffy flapjacks. The Maple Tree Inn, Angelica, New York, Allegheny County, is only open from February to April. But boy, do they pack them in when they're open.
This is an annual travel spot for us from Rochester.
Even though the Maple Tree Inn is out in the middle of nowhere, even the hungry from far away find a way to find it.
Actually, on Sunday, I had customers from Long Island as well as New Jersey. So that was neat.
And the other thing here that's neat?
All you can eat.
Oh, more. Well, I suppose I could do a little more here.
They tap the trees and make their own pure maple syrup right downstairs below the restaurant. A labor of love since 1963, and it's all in the family.
And my daughter, she's been turning the pancakes for I don't know how many years now. And she thinks it's time she retired because she's turned more than I ever did, she says. I don't believe her.
Virginia Cartwright, the matriarch of the business. She's always here, has been from the start. Her secret of success may be because of very little change here at the Maple Tree Inn.
It's the way it was when we started, and I'll never change that. And those stools are from when we started. They came from Sears and Roebuck.
And the 4 words, always heard here at the Maple Tree Inn, haven't changed either.
All you can eat.
There's no way that we can. All right, maybe just a little more, but this is crazy.
This is the place where grown adults go a little crazy for those all-you-can-eat buckwheat pancakes.
And the little kids. I have little kids 4 and 5 years old that tease to come here. Now that is a great compliment.
And it is yummy. And he has yummy pancakes.
Look for the signs off of Route 20 in Allegheny County and follow the aroma of maple syrup and pancakes.
And then I love it when the people say, well, this is our first time and we'll be back. That's what makes it worthwhile.
From Angelica, New York, I'm Mike O'Brien, your getaway guy.
And there you have it. I get hungry just looking at that thing all over again, but I had a ball out at Cartwright's Maple Tree Inn. The important thing is to find it. Good luck. It's in the middle of nowhere. But you know what? It needs to be. That's the kind of getaway this is. But on their website, they've got a perfect map and directions how to get there. It's not that hard. You're going to be heading south of Nunde, past Mount Morris. Before that, it's out of Rochester, it probably will take you about an hour and a half, hour 40 minutes. It's a little bit, but it's through the backcountry, and it's beautiful. So find a good day when the roads are good. Now, Maple Weekend, where all the sugar shacks are open for demos and free samples and things like that. Mark down these 2 weekends. Maple Weekend this year will be March 19th and 20th and March 26th and 27th. But go to the website mapleweekend.nysmaple.com and you'll get all the information. It's definitely something that you'll want to check out. It's a great family getaway. And it teaches the kids how it all works. They'll learn that it takes approximately, you ready for this, 40 gallons of sap from the maple trees to make 1 gallon of maple syrup. That's why maple syrup is so expensive, but it takes that much and a lot of work. And wait till you see the operations at all of these sugar shacks and maple houses and pancake houses. You can actually take a tour of the evaporators and see how they do this process. I've even been to a few that still fire up their evaporators with wood, firewood. That's the old-fashioned way. Most of them now have upgraded to better facilities, but I like the old ones where they're throwing in the firewood and the fire's blazing out of the evaporator. Another great getaway for maple syrup and pancakes is Moore's Maple Shack. And I'll tell you about that in a second. First, I want to tell you about Jim's on Main. Great place for breakfast. They're also a partner of our show. Cheap breakfast, exactly what you want when you're looking for a good hot cup of coffee that just never seems to end. They also have a place not only on East Main Street down from the auditorium, they have a place out at Grease Ridge Center in the mall. Jim's on Main is one of my favorite places to go. 785 East Main Street, downtown Rochester. They're closed on Mondays. But I'll tell you what, if you want a good breakfast and cheap, and you can get something like this, which is the late riser. I happen to know all the menu items by name. Can you tell I've been there a lot? Say hi to Elena and all our friends at Jim's, sponsor of our show. Moore's Maple Shack. This is a getaway that I did many years ago. And I love it there because it's in the middle of nowhere. It's in Freedom, New York. Have you ever heard of it before? I hadn't before I did some research on Moore's Maple Shack. Now, here's the deal. They're in Freedom, New York, in the middle of nowhere, like I said. Here, you can do all-you-can-eat buttermilk pancakes. Cartwright's Maple Tree Inn did all-you-can-eat buckwheat pancakes, and there is a difference. These are buttermilk pancakes at Moore's. Now, here's the deal. I've talked to them. They're not sure if they're going to be opening up for the month of February. However, they're about to make a decision to find out if they will be open for March and April. We will cross our fingers for Moore's Maple Shack. There, it's a small little country place, which it ought to be, very rustic, and you can take a little tour out to the back and see the evaporator there. Learn more about the process of maple syrup. And it's extraordinary. These people have been doing it forever, and they're fine people. Again, it's in Freedom, New York, so wait for the roads to be in good shape. Take a nice drive out there. It's about 2 hours out of Rochester by the time you get there. But it's well worth it if you want to really seek out some of these little hidden gems. But again, call first. Their number, 716-492-3067, or go to their website, which is mooresmaple.com. That's mooresmaple.com. And if they open for March and April, you will be very thankful because it's still a great getaway, even if they're not going to be open in the month of February. Keeping our fingers crossed for March and April. And by the way, you can still go up to the green door and purchase maple syrup at Moore's Maple Shack in Freedom, New York. A great getaway for the whole family. You want to do a little day trip? This is one of the places to go to this time of year. The sap will be running soon. In fact, it is already at Kettle Ridge Farm out in Victor, New York. And I'll tell you about this getaway in just a second. Talk about unique and an upcoming maple syrup getaway. These people are fantastic. First, Nino's Pizzeria. Talk about fantastic. Have you ever wanted and just craved a good, thick Sicilian pizza? Well, Nino's has been a part of our show from the beginning, and they continue to be a sponsor with us. Delicious Sicilian-style pizza. Nino's, Culver Road in Rochester, right in the city. A city classic pizza joint. It is. Near Merchants. I've been a regular for 40 years. Great sauce, thick crust, sauteed onions, sauteed red roasted peppers. There's one of my favorites right there. I've been known to go in there. See, they show you the pizza before you walk away for your approval. You see, I've been caught at Nino's again. If you want a good pizza, Nino's is the place to go. Tell them the Getaway guy sent you. 1330 Culver Road in Rochester near Merchants. Now, Kettle Ridge Farm on Log Cabin Road in Victor. It's off of Fisher's Road. It's just don't go too fast through the winding road because you'll go right by it. But you'll see the sign on the side of the roadway. Kettle Ridge is doing pancake Sundays. Pancake Sundays. They're doing them right now as we speak. So here's the deal. You go to the website and you order online. You can eat there or you can have it to go. It's such a great setup. Kettle Ridge Farm, Victor, New York, on Log Cabin Road. Good people over there, Jim and Chris and all the gang. All you have to do is go to kettleridgefarm.com. kettleridgefarm.com and do all your ordering there. They even have igloos set up outside of the grounds where people go inside, stay nice and cozy and warm. There's a fire pit, and of course the pancakes and the real maple syrup. They're making it every day. They're tapping their trees as we speak to get, again, 40 gallons of sap to make 1 gallon of maple syrup. It's a nice little getaway. It's close by if you live in the Rochester area. Kettle Ridge Farm on Log Cabin Road in Victor. I highly recommend it. And remember, Maple Weekend coming up March 19th and 20th. They'll be open. And the weekend of March 26th and 27th. Geneva on the Lake has been, so good to us as a getaway. And they've been good to us to help support this podcast. And so I want to say hey to them and thank you very much. Fine staff, but talk about a great getaway. When I've been there before, I've done a couple of shows. Bill Schickel is a great guy, and I get to talk to him. If you see Bill on the property, see if you can grab his ear, because he has so much great information about the history of Geneva on the Lake, this beautiful Italianate villa. on the shores of Seneca Lake in Geneva, only about an hour out of Rochester. It's a classic old world style resort. Perfect getaway, very romantic getaway, whether it's winter, spring, summer, fall, any time of year. Right now they're offering winter specials. Check out Geneva on the Lake. Their website is Geneva on the Lake. Right, Joe? Is it? It's. I'm looking through my notes frantically here. I want to make sure that I get this right, because go to their website and you can see more about it as GenevaOnTheLake.com. GenevaOnTheLake.com. Pretty easy to remember, Mike. I can't wake up today to save my life. Whew! I even had 3 cups of coffee at Jim's, and it didn't work. Anyway, thank you to Geneva on the Lake for being a part of our podcast. Thanks to you for watching the show. Thanks to Jim's on Main and Nino's, and of course, Joe here at Classy Wolf Media. We also want to thank everybody that's been calling in for books, actually emailing me at MikeTheGetawayGuy@gmail.com. If you want a book, you'd like to order one, what I'm doing is giving you the new Volume 2 for $14.95 plus shipping and handling, and I'll throw in Volume 1 for free. Just go to MikeTheGetawayGuy@gmail.com. We'll set up the whole thing. We'll sign them for you. Maybe want to give them as a gift, whatever. But here comes spring, hopefully not too far away, and you'll be able to use these books. Each one has 50 local New York State getaways. Great for day trips, great for a couple of days away. You'll get a ton of ideas. 100 altogether became a bestseller in Rochester for good reason. People want to get away. So go to MikeTheGetawayGuy@gmail.com and let me know what you need. And that's pretty much it. I want to thank you for joining us. Until next time,